there, good morning and welcome back to Bernama today. As promised, I have a very famous and must say very handsome guest in my studio with me, Mr. Kit Chan, who is of course a well-known photojournalist, and today we'll be talking about things like branding, images, photography of course, and even entrepreneurship. So Kit, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Good, I'm feeling good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Jessie.
So you have said earlier before that this has been the best January ever.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what's been happening in the past few months leading up till today.
Well, actually, there's a lot of things that's very excited. I think 2014 was actually very eventful for the nation. And of course, and also for personally for Kit Chan Studio, we did a lot of major assignments, like the Oscars of sports laureates, which is just down the road from here.
Yeah.
And we finished off the year with the wedding of Elaine Daly, and also we also did the wedding of Jacqueline Victor. And this is just some of the projects that we have done. So 2014 was a great year for us.
Yeah, definitely some of beautiful ladies to take pictures of, and some really interesting events as well.
Yes.
Well, for those of you who don't already know, Kit Chan is an award-winning photojournalist. He does portraits and, of course, much sought after celebrities as well. And you accepted as a member of the Wedding Photojournalists Association some time back, and you're one of the 100 people that we must know in Asia. So I'm very excited today to get to know you. Now, today we wanted to talk about the branding Kit.
Yes.
How did Kit Chan Studio get started, and how did you decide, okay, this is something I want to do? Because I firmly believe that you did change a bit of the landscape in the way people went out and started doing photography.
Sure. Well, I must say that I started clueless. I was actually doing corporate work I started doing photography professionally the year Dinosaur died, which is like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And prior to that, I was actually doing corporate photography. I mean, I was actually doing corporate work, and I just wanted to take a sabbatical, sort of like, I was a bit burnt out from my corporate work, and to just go try something new. And and then I went to apprenticeship, and then, as they say, the rest is history.
Yep, it just happened.
Yep.
Now tell us, has photography been something that's been with you since you were young, or how did you discover it and decide to chase after that dream?
Well, I think it's a bit like that. I'm a late bloomer in terms of photography, but always very impressed with photographs. It's just like we are Malaysians. Malaysians love food, right?
Yeah.
But how many of us are really chefs?
True.
Yeah. So from very young age, my mother would bring me to bookstores, and I will look through images from Times magazine, and those are like very powerful images, and those images of Mother Teresa or Princess Diana holding a child with HIV. Those really are images that really moves you. And well, I like the pictures, but it never occurred to me, it never crossed my mind that I could actually one day take pictures that are actually moving as well.
Yeah.
So I suppose, and of course, as a late bloomer, I then apprenticed with my guru, which is T.S. Lim, one of the very renowned commercial photographers. So my background is actually in commercial photography, and then it leads to other areas of photography.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have done extremely well as well to be able to capture these pictures and let it speak a million words, which is what truly they say, best pictures are, right? It speaks a million words. But what do you say your area of expertise is in terms, is it just wedding? Is it portraits? What would it be, or what's your favorite rather?
Well, actually, I think our strength is really in portraits, and our area of specialty is actually in corporate photography. And wedding photography is just something that is, it's just something that is very, I mean, it's inevitable when you do, when we have the privilege to photograph some of the biggest weddings in town, wedding of Datuk Siti Nurhaliza, of Tunku Maira and all. So, but the thing is, like, our area of specialty is like really corporate portraits. Yeah, so we work with very successful personalities, and we know the demands of success, and we want to help them project trust and communicate that
in their picture,
which
is, you know, something so important, especially for them as well as icons, right? So we have some pictures here, and this one I think is my favorite, of Tan Sri Datuk Sri Dr. Zeti, who of course is the governor of Bank Negara. Tell us about what this was like, because this is, I don't know, she looks, of course, you know, effortlessly elegant and beautiful. What was this experience like?
It was a great experience, and the thing is, like, we were given ample time to work with the governor, and that day, and of course she's a very elegant lady, and she gave us enough time to work with her, and it was such a great experience working with Tan Sri.
You know, something like this would not just require just walking in there and taking pictures. It requires a lot of research, background work, a lot of intuition. How do you prepare for something like that? Whether, you know, most importantly, portraits that are so important like that.
I think most people think, like, especially when it comes to portrait photography, most people think photographers is like a commodity. But the thing is, like, it's a portrait photography is actually unusual art, because the thing is, like, imagine this. We go into a room, like, for instance, if I photograph you, and I want to
I would like that, by the way.
Yes, Jessie, we will arrange that. And I'm doing in the best interest of you to get the best shot of you. But psychology is, the client would not want to do what we tell them to do, right? So the thing is, like, why? Because as a client, at the back of my mind is, I'm a paying client. You should listen to me.
Take the pictures I want to see.
Yeah.
But when you're looking through the lens, you're seeing many different things.
Yeah. And we want to bring out the personality, and we want to project it out. So the thing is, like, so the real art in portrait photography is really getting Jessie to do what she should do for herself, and that is very it is an art that I'm still trying to master.
But a refined art that Kit Chan is, you know, good at. So let's look at another one here. This is of Ning Baizura. And of course, she's been, you know, has got many photographs that are very artistic and fashionable. But this is one of the nicest also that I've seen of her. And so that is one of Ning. And we have another one here with the models. Tell us about this one.
Well, actually, I remember getting a call when I was in Melbourne. I was actually away on assignment, and I was very, very excited to be contacted by the Britain Next Top model. And when I got the email, I was like, really? And would I be happy to spend some time with the girls, you know, documenting the run-up. The eventual winner was actually Tiffany Pisani, and I really like Tiffany because she just has so much character. And I mean, besides, she wasn't really the hot favorites, but she has such chemistry. We did so many good pictures. And this is one just before they went for another round of judging. So
of course, you know, as someone who's so experienced, you can really pick out that X factor and that special thing. Now, you know, the selfie culture, right? That's going on. I have to ask an expert opinion. All the girls, I'm sure, some guys as well, out there going, how do I take a really good selfie? What is it? What is the angle? What is it? What is it with selfie? Do you even like selfies?
I need to be perfectly honest. I'm not too good with selfies, and because I always have a, well, I mean, all my colleagues, basically we work with the best, so it's just easier for me to pass it on to them. But of course, there's circumstances that when I travel and when I'm alone, and I meet someone interesting, I normally do Wi-Fi more than Wi-Fi's more than a selfie.
I think Wi-Fi's are the new thing now, right?
To answer your question, I think top down is always a better angle.
Top down, always
more
a better
flattering,
angle.
sharper chin.
Okay, we'll definitely try that one. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll still be in conversation with Kit Chan. Do stay tuned.
Thank you.
Hi, Hi there, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jessie Chahel, but more importantly, this is Kit Chan, my guest in the studio today. A very handsome, very well-accomplished photojournalist who, of course, does a lot of work for many celebrities in the country and around the region as well. Okay, tell us a little bit about how did success come about? When did it come about? And to what do you owe it? Is it branding? Because we want to talk about branding as well.
Jessie, I think I still have a long way to go, but the thing is, like, if this is success, then I think I owe it firstly to God. Yeah, I mean to His grace and mercy, and along the way He has put a lot of many good people, and good people meaning mentors in my life, and that has guided me along the way. Frankly, I just want to bring about, when I was younger, I came from a very privileged background, but at about 14, that changed because the family financial fortune changed, and in fact the family went through a very tough time. My parents went through a very bad divorce at 14. I was just disillusioned. In fact, I tried to take my own life. I think it is only through the grace of God that I'm preserved, and a lot of good people, mentors, like Spencer Wink, who's an advertising guru, my photography guru T.S. Lim, and they have guided me and molded me along the way. So I think no man is an island. I really don't think that there's such thing as a self-made man. There's environment, circumstances, and people, that inputs that help groom and shape us.
Well said, Kit. That really is to the heart, and I'm so glad we got to know you that much better, because looking at you, jovial, happy, sharp, successful, one would have thought, not would have thought that you would have been at the edge so much. So kudos to you for that strength that you have, and for that passion to keep on going.
Thank you.
What is the Kit Chan brand?
Well, I think the brand. The thing is, like, most people think brand is something that is just you see. It's like a logo, but to us, a brand is a promise. So meaning, like, you could be famous, but to me, we don't. Today we look at ourselves as a brand custodian. Of course, we came from a time that we were totally clueless. We just started out. We didn't know what to do, but today we after building a brand, we are a custodian. And what do we mean by custodian? We might be famous, but the thing is that we are as good as our last shot. Now, and when we look at pictures, there's only one key deliverable that you see. Yeah, to me today, the picture is good, is given. But more importantly is the brand experience. How would people feel after leaving your presence? And the whole process. And that's why most of the time, I mean, when we do photography for corporate clients, we are actually hired by corporate executives, and their boss, I mean, they are like, they sit on the board of the biggest multinationals and conglomerates. What kind of experience do you want them to have? Is there someone that picture is nice, is given, but you want, because they successful people have the demands of success, and we need to understand what they need. They need to be fast, they need to be comfortable, and you need to be appropriate when in communicating with them. So I think a brand today is not just something that people know of. That's nice, but the thing is that end of the day, when this brand comes face to face with the person that we are engaged with, or our clients, they need to feel good, and they need to know that this brand will deliver. So a brand is a promise.
A brand is a promise. I like that. That should be a quote. You should trademark that. Kit, you've been helped, as you said before. You've been helped through your journey here, and now other people, our viewers at home, are watching you and hoping you can help them. Many budding artists out there who want to be photographers, who want to do something with photography, but something different, something unique. What is your advice to them?
Well, I think if we come back to the branding, and there's there's actually 3 elements to it. And of course, the first thing is actually the ABC of branding, the first one is actually appearance, right? I mean, many researchers say people shut off as fast, especially online, 0.2 seconds.
Yep.
If you don't project the right image, right,
that's it, ends there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that is only a door opener. But the more important bit to B and C, and this is like, imagine if branding was a iceberg, that's just the tip.
Okay.
But what will really drive this is actually B and C, which is the behavior and communication, how you behave and how you communicate. And I think that is something that I really owe to a lot of reading. And I think if a budding photographer, it needs to be internal, and then the internal change will drive the external change. So they need to kind of like figure out why is branding important? Because the thing is like, we are all brands.
Yeah.
It's just that, do we meticulously work at defining what people would see, or we are letting it by chance to let people see what, define who we are.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, this reminds me of a book I once read.
Sure.
We are our own CEO.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we can run ourselves the way we want to either best portray our strengths or let our weaknesses show.
That's right.
So, we can do that. Now, as a brand, as a company, Kit, in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
I'm currently at, this is my 13 years in photography, and as I've mentioned earlier, a lot of people has helped me along the way. I'm very preoccupied with my goals in life, and if somewhat have shifted, I'm thinking a lot of more on moving from gearing towards success, but towards significance.
Okay.
Well, that's a very fine line, but the thing is like, today, you could claim to be successful, right? Because you're online, you're branding yourself. Everybody claims to be successful, but the
book, if you can, it's at MPH, right?
Yeah. So the thing is like, and having gotten help from so many mentors in different areas, in fact of spiritual, in terms of wellness, or all spectrum, I am really thinking of empowering more. So in 10 years' time, I'll be moving along that direction. Perhaps perhaps you would see a photography school in terms of empowering more photographers. But the thing is, like, what we understand that what make things happen, like things like and small businesses like myself, I grew a small. I know what are the hardship. So we also might help entrepreneurs in growing in that area.
Growing into the business of photography.
Right.
Well, here is the man with the vision and the mission as well. And you do such a great job to capture life's most wonderful moments, most wonderful faces. Well, that's all the time we have in the studio today. Thank you, Kit, for being with me.
Thank you, Jessie.
It's been a pleasure. Absolutely. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Make sure you catch us tomorrow at 8 a.m. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.